Hello, everybody, and welcome to That Real Texas Team podcast. I'm the host of the channel. My name is Curtis Brown. You can find me on Twitter. He is always Ron Dog, and that's more than just the noise escaping behind him. What's up, bro?
Other than this noise that's escaping from behind me, I'm doing amazing. It's great.
Yeah, it sounds like you're running a kennel or something. Is Michael Vick your neighbor?
He might be. Honestly, at this point, I don't know.
Well, maybe pick your neighbors a little better. I don't know. Not a doctor.
Yeah.
Just kidding. So yeah, we're going to be talking all sorts of Texan stuff today. We're going to get into a little bit of, even a little bit more of what CJ Stroud keeps saying. At this point, I really think he's bought his own hype, but we'll get into that. And then we'll also break down the defensive tackle, defensive edge, defensive end room projections. 5 and 4, 4 and 5. We'll get into that. But 9 roster spots left to fill on our projections. So it's going to come down to we're going to have to make some decisions here because there's some pretty solid names in this group. Go ahead, hit the like, subscribe button. We're at 28 subs at the time of this recording. I'd like to see those numbers pumped up. Go ahead, hit 5 likes on the channel.
Just 5. That's all I ask.
Just give us 5 likes on this episode.
Do it for
and
Daddy.
it'll help us get it in front of new people. If you got a Texans fan in your life that you think might enjoy my semi-monotone approach to everything and Ron, then come on. Just fucking get over here.
We gotta bring up
Yeah. Okay. Click the buttons, hit the notification bell, and let's get rocking and rolling. First things first. CJ Stroud made a comment that Nico Collins is basically Andre Johnson. He's a generational talent. Immediate thoughts?
No. Just no. Now, don't get me wrong. Nico Collins, great player. Awesome. Had a rough, first 2 seasons, but he's a good player. He's just not Andre Johnson. You can't compare anybody to Andre Johnson. That would be like comparing me to the Pope.
Yeah.
You just can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I can't get behind the statement either. Andre Johnson was good, if not great, from the first time he stepped on that field. And
Exactly.
Nico took some time. Like, I'm not saying that Andre didn't have leaps in his career where he, ascended to another plane, but the leap he already had taken by the time he made it to the NFL was a little bit further down the road than where Nico started out. So not the same players at all. And that begs the next question. Is CJ buying his own hype?
At this point, he might be.
Is that even a good thing? Like, do you want your quarterback buying their own hype? I don't, personally.
Yes and no. Like, you obviously want confidence in a quarterback, and you want them to be hyped up, but you don't want it to the point where he's arrogant about it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. I see exactly what you're saying. You want your quarterback to feel like he's in control. He's feeling like he can do anything at a given moment. And you want him to feel confident in the fact that he knows what he's doing. Exactly. I don't think there are many times, except for maybe late in Tom Brady's career, where Tom Brady ever thought of himself as like a top tier quarterback.
Yeah, he was very TB12 was definitely a humble person.
Yeah, I would say the same thing about Peyton. I would say the same thing probably about not Aaron Rodgers, Aaron
And
Rodgers
he
is humble, but
seems like an asshole, but
yeah, that might be
maybe
the ayahuasca.
yeah.
It's
I mean, you can say that about a lot of the great Hall of Fame quarterbacks, but
true. There are some that have kind of an ego about them, but I feel like most of them have been a certain type of way, and that's the other team's got good players. We're gonna do what we can do the best, and we're gonna play to our strengths. Kind of attitude about everything.
yep.
and and most of them are not just saying, "Oh, I'm easily top 5 in my position." That's wide receiver talk right there. Like I want to hear my wide receiver say that to a
But
degree.
quarterbacks say that.
I want people to say that about my quarterback. I don't want my quarterback saying that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's one thing for everybody to like, say that you're that and you be like, "Okay, well,
It's
let's
like
back
it's like
it up."
it's like you're back in high school playing high school football, and you're saying, "Oh, I'm the like it." From my perspective, at least, you could say like, "Oh, I'm the best right guard in the country," or "I'm the best right guard in the state," or nobody. I just anything like that. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Back in high school, I did say that a few times.
Yeah.
This podcast is about.
Yeah. I mean, look, that's exactly what it's about. But this is a guy who's getting paid a lot of money, and one of the things that's going to help derail everything that he's trying to do is buying his own hype. He's got to stay humble in all aspects. And look, and maybe it's not getting him to the core. Maybe it's just a surface level, maybe whatever. But the Texans are now getting more attention than they have been in years past, and that's because of the recent success. And I get that to a degree, but we don't need extra attention because CJ's out here running his mouth about stuff, proclaiming he's a top 3 out of the top 5 quarterbacks. And I'm just like, all right, bud, let's pump the brakes. You had a great rookie year. Let's see if we can build on that.
Like he's gonna eventually, if he keeps on this track of talking all this shit, he's gonna find himself in a position where karma's gonna bite him in the ass.
Yeah,
So,
and we don't want that.
exactly.
So, with that, let's segue here into the first of our projections. Do you want to dive into defensive ends or defensive tackles first?
Let's make our way from the inside out.
Inside out. Defensive tackles. I will include the ones who are technically both. So we have Ajim. I don't remember his first name. I only wrote his last name. Khalil Davis. Foloronzo Fatakasi. Marcus Harris, rookie. Kurt Heinisch going into his 3rd season as an undrafted player. Tim Settle, first year with the team, 1-year contract. Danico Autry, who's a hybrid player. And Mario Edwards Jr.
Ooh.
So of those 8 names, we're keeping 5 who are technically defensive tackles.
My immediate first 2 are Danico Autry and Fatukasi.
Okay.
Those are my immediate first 2. I think they are going to be day 1 starters. Yeah.
Okay. So with the next 3 spots, this is where it gets a little interesting for me. So Tim Settle is probably about 27 years old at this point.
Where did he come from?
I think he last played with Buffalo.
Okay.
He wasn't bad. Ajim, I think, was a lower on the depth chart guy that we had, or a practice squad player. Khalil Davis played some pretty valuable reps for us down the stretch last season and then got hurt. And he's played pretty well when he's been available. Marcus Harris, again, rookie out of LSU. I think Kurt Heinisch makes this roster again.
I think so.
And I do what?
So he did really good for us last year.
Yeah, he definitely took some steps forward. He's vastly improved. I would put him at defensive tackle 3, and then I think we keep either Khalil Davis or Tim Settle. And you put Marcus Harris on the practice squad, Ajim on the practice squad. How are you feeling about those?
I'm not mad. I I feel like I say I agree a lot, but I like that.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
Well, look, in a 4-3, you need 2 different types of defensive tackles. You need one who's basically a nose tackle, but isn't.
Yeah.
It's your 300-plus pound guy.
Yeah.
Which
would
is
be
Fodikasi, and I'm not even sure how much Heinisch weighs, but I think he's pretty close in that category.
Yeah.
Settle's pretty close in that category. And I think Khalil Davis is a little south of 3. I think Ajim is technically in that category. But your second defensive tackle is basically playing in the guard tackle gap. So like a 3 tech?
Yeah.
Or a 4 tech?
That would be 1, 2. It'd be like a 3-4.
Yeah. All the way to head up on the tackle. And then you'll have your defensive ends in the 7 or potentially even wider than that.
Yeah.
8, 9 maybe, depending on how we're trying to space it all out. But I'm looking at Khalil Davis or Tim Settle, and I think Tim Settle probably brings us a little bit more run stopping capability, and I think that's kind of why he was here. So I'm going to keep Settle as well and ditch Khalil Davis. And that gets us to 1, 2, 3, 4, plus Mario Edwards is 5. So Mario Edwards and Danico Autry are technically also defensive ends. So in reality, we're actually keeping 3 defensive tackles and 4 or 6 defensive ends in theory.
I don't know how we went from 5 and 4 to 4 and 6.
Well, Autry and Mario Edwards are officially labeled on the Texans website as defensive ends. However, they will be playing both because of their size. Mario Edwards and Danico Autry both are around 280, and they're big framed guys.
Yeah.
And when both of them played in Tennessee, they would play inside and outside. They have that versatility. I like that. I kind of did something similar. When I was a junior, I played nose guard. When I was a senior, I moved out to defensive tackle, and I was always head up on the offensive tackle, 5 tech, I think.
I played more. My junior year, I played nose tackle. We ran a 4-3, and then my senior year, for some reason we switched it to a 3-4. It was a very stupid decision on our part, or on the coach's part, but they had me at end. So
yeah, I mean that's my coach played us in a 50 defense. So I was a defensive tackle by name, but technically it was a 3-4 defense, and I was a defensive end.
Yeah.
I
hated playing 3-4s, man. It opens the holes for runs. Like you almost have to constantly have like a linebacker in the hole at all times.
Well, the responsibilities are different. So in a 4-3, you're expecting your defensive linemen to beat people. In a 3-4, you're expecting your defensive linemen to eat blocks.
Yeah.
I mean, and same thing in a 50. My coach would get mad if I ever had like more than like 3 or 4 tackles in a game.
Really?
He'd be like, "What are you doing? That's not your job." Like you're supposed to hold the blocker from getting to the next level, clean up your linebackers so they can get around and make the play in the backfield. You hit them at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that wasn't. It was pretty opposite for us.
Yeah.
My coach is mad if anybody made it past us.
Yeah. Well, if you made it past us, yeah, but like they didn't want us. The primary objective was to get the linebackers clean and through there to just blow shit up.
Yeah.
So often I would, a tackle would come across and, lightly block me and try to break down on and get down onto the linebacker. And I'd have to push him all the way down the offensive line and then fill the hole when the pulling guard would come and hit that guy. And then occasionally the fullback would come through. There was literally a game where the team I was playing would flip-flop like the play depending on where I was lining up.
Yeah.
So I had a little bit of freedom to the fact that I could go left or right.
Yeah.
And if I lined up on the left, I'd hear them change the play at the line of scrimmage, and the play would go the opposite way. So that got annoying, and we kind of got into a spot where we really needed to stop them. So I was like, fuck it, I'm playing nose guard. So our nose guard was short as all hell, probably about 5'9", but he was probably a good 260, 270, and strong as hell and really good leverage because he's so short. So I was like, hey, you're going to go play defensive tackle on this play.
Oh, God.
Like, what? I'm not big enough. I'm like, I know. I got you. I'm going to play nose guard. And literally that particular play, I basically saved the game. Not going to lie. Fucking the guard and center try to double team me, split that block, take on a fullback, eat him, and then tackle the running back with the fullback.
Nice.
On fucking third and short.
There was one play my senior year, actually 2 consecutive plays. It was our first playoff game, and I don't know what they were thinking, but the guard and the tackle just went straight to the second level. And as a defensive lineman, you automatically know the trap.
Yeah.
If you don't get blocked, you're getting blindsided, right?
Mm-hmm.
So nothing hit me. So as the quarterback was handing off the ball, I seized my opportunity and I grabbed the ball and I just fucking took off. Yeah. I got 10 yards before I got tackled, but it felt like forever.
Nice.
And then the very next drive, the first play, they threw a bubble screen out to the right, and I saw the quarterback drop back, turn his hips, and I was like, "Ooh, cool!" I saw the receiver doing his screen, and I fucking sprinted out to him, swatted the ball down, and at that moment I was like, "We got this game on lock, right? This game is done. There's no way they're gonna do anything." Next thing you know, it's like 7-7 on the first half. We come out and they score 60 fucking points.
Shoo!
I don't know what the fuck happened, but it was a neck and neck game to getting completely blown out in the second half.
Yeah, somebody had some clear adjustments that they made, and the other team was just like, I don't know what's happening.
The defensive coordinator literally said, "Keep doing what we're doing." So that's what we did. We kept doing what we were doing, but nothing was working.
Mm-hmm. And then it wasn't working. All right. Well, look, let's shift gears to the other aspect of this defensive front, the defensive ends. Now, obviously, we've got some bigger names in this room now. So, Will Anderson Jr., Daniil Hunter, that's 1 and 2. We're keeping 2 more. Derek Barnett, Solomon Byrd, a rookie, Ali Gay, undrafted free agent out of LSU last year. Dylan Horton, who rung the cancer bell and is officially back in the fold. So, of those 4 players, 2 of them get to stay. Obviously, I feel like Derek Barnett played pretty well for us. I would like to see him back. What about you?
I would like to see that as well.
Okay.
Now, this is going to sound kind of fucked up, But I think that Dylan Horton sits out for a while.
It's possible.
Because
I think it's fucked up. I mean, he just dealt with cancer. I mean, you gotta recover. It's not fucked up.
So I think he sits out on practice squad for a little bit, even if he is making great strides, in off-season practice. Just so we can make sure that he's football ready.
Yeah.
Because he was out for pretty much a whole year, so he wasn't able to do really anything. So he's most likely a little out of shape.
Yeah.
So I mean, I say we keep him on practice squad for a little bit.
I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. I think that's a safe assumption. I think he needs time to work back into things.
Yeah.
So Solomon Byrd out of USC or Ali Gay. Now, Byrd is like 24. Gay is 23. They have some youth to them. Honestly, I think I'd go with Byrd just because you spent the draft pick on him.
Yeah. I mean, we wouldn't have picked them up if we didn't see potential.
Right.
So I think we keep him.
Yeah, I think you're right. So that gives us a defensive front of strong and strong side end is probably going to be Daniil.
Yeah.
Weak side, Will Anderson Jr.
I don't know. You can't even really call it strong side and weak side.
And
like
then
they both do that.
I'm sorry?
I'm kind of just talking to myself. I was saying that you can't really call either side a strong side or a weak side. I mean, obviously, there's a strong side and a weak side on every team.
Yeah, I don't mean like talent.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay. Schematically speaking, schematics. But yeah, no, I mean, I feel like Daniil Hunter's going to go to the strong side most of the time. I feel like it's not just set in stone that Will Anderson goes and rushes on the left or the right. It's or particularly.
I think ankle injury
is necessary. Do what now? He's got the ankle injury.
The ankle injury last season.
Yeah,
he was for 2 or 3 games, and then after that, he never really played a full game until the playoffs. And even in the playoffs, he still didn't play the full game.
Yeah, true. So that's our front four, starting front four. With the backups at nose being Heinisch, at defensive tackle being Settle, Derek Barnett behind the weak side, and Byrd at strong behind Daniil Hunter. And then we still have Mario Edwards, who kind of floats somewhere in here.
How do you do your notes?
How do I do my notes?
Do you just write them in a list, or do you write out? Okay, so it's just a list.
Yeah. Why?
Because I the way I would do it. Just if I was the one taking the notes, obviously you're taking the notes. But the way I would do it is I would write out all the positions on the field, the circle and the X's and circles, X's and O's, and then I would go,
building the name underneath the bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll happen. I'll get that done for the next episode, and we'll have the full offense, defense.
And then when the season comes out and the official depth chart comes out, we'll see how close we were.
Yeah, that's essentially the goal. That's why these are way too early projections. We're just going to see how close we are. Also, there's not really a need to go over the kicker and the punter. Fairbairn's going to be the kicker. Tommy Townsend's going to be the punter.
I don't know, man. Dare Agunbowale. He's a hell of a kicker.
An emergency kicker for sure. I'll take it all day. But that's where we're at right now. I think it's a pretty solid defensive line group. I think that it's not the youngest, though. We're going to need to infuse some youth into this group rather quickly. Now, Fodakasi's got, I think he's 28 or 29. He's not quite 30 yet.
3 or 4 seasons left.
Yeah. Autry, 33 years old, 34 years old.
He'll probably play 2 more seasons.
That's what we got him under contract for. Daniil Hunter's 28, 29. Mario Edwards Jr. is 29, I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we got some dudes on here that are about to be hitting that decline mode. I just hope that we get the most out of everybody, and then we're able to replace them with some youth.
I hope we get everybody's prime time.
Wouldn't that be nice? And just win the Super Bowl? Shit.
That'd be so nice.
Oh, my God. I'd be probably the happiest man on this side of the planet. I'm not going to lie to you.
I saw this post from that the Texans had posted, and it was saying that the 4 starters that we have listed right now, their combined stats as of last year, they had 134 QB rushes. They had 34.5 sacks, and they had 45 tackle for losses altogether.
Yeah.
So that on one team is insane.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I can't even fathom to think about that. One team getting 34.5 sacks in one season.
Bro, that's not that much.
It is. That's a lot.
We used to have more than that all the time when we had J.J. Watt and Whitney Merciless. And
that's true.
We've done it before. We've had, I think, a couple years ago, the new record for the season was 70 plus that the Eagles set as a team.
That was that Super Bowl Eagles?
I don't remember. I think it was pretty recently. Let me Google it real quick. '72 in 1984 was the Bears. The Eagles had 70 in 2022. And the Bears had 70 in 1987 again.
Oh, so let's beat that.
Yeah. So that's the pinnacle of what it is. 30-35 is half of that, and that's about average. I think Daniil Hunter had double-digit sacks by himself. Danico Autry had 11.5.
Will Anderson had what?
7.
7?
Yeah.
I was going to say 9.
So I mean, I don't think Foloronzo Fodakasi is as much known for his pass rushing, but I wouldn't. Yeah, he's definitely more of a run stopping guy. But,
which is nice.
Yeah, we gotta have that. That's why he's playing the nose tech. He'll be flipping on either side of the guard.
I just have a feeling that after last year, we're going to be seeing a lot more teams passing on us than running.
Potentially.
The Ravens are definitely they're gonna run the shit out of the ball.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem that last year I don't think we did much to address address the run game. Sheldon Rankins was a good move.
Yeah.
But it was just one move.
Yeah.
To address stopping the run. And when he wasn't in the game, it was clear as day. Heinisch took some steps forward, but it wasn't quite enough. Khalil Davis had some solid games, but down the stretch when Sheldon Rankins and Malik Collins kept alternating missing games, it was literally one would miss, the other would miss, back and forth. That's when, teams started running the ball all over us.
Yeah.
The Colts game, that was brutal.
I don't even want to think about that one.
No, I mean, the Colts game last year, we were this close from not winning the division, not going to the playoffs, not doing anything.
Yeah.
If it had been a different running back, a different quarterback, maybe throwing the ball for the Colts that particular play, we're probably talking about a different outcome in that game.
Yeah.
Because it's not like we played flawlessly. I mean, Stroud did, but the defense had a lot of holes. JT ran all up and down us, 188 yards. It was brutal. So
it was a tough game to watch.
Yeah. And then the Ravens were able to do that against us in the playoffs. Not so much the Browns. We pretty much just annihilated them. But yeah.
Put our meat right on their face.
Yeah, essentially. And they couldn't run against us early in the season. Now, we had games last year against like the Titans where Derrick Henry had a record-breaking 20 touches for 10 yards.
That was an amazing sight to see. I love seeing that.
16 rushes for 9 yards, 4 catches for 1 yard.
We locked in.
Oh yeah, that was Christian Harris's like breakout game. I was there for that game. That was in Tennessee.
Oh, really?
I was watching that, and every time I was like, damn, Christian Harris is fucking snapping today. Like just he's eating everybody's biscuits.
Nobody has biscuits when he's around.
Exactly. And then Case Keenum just pulled out some magic, and Devin Singletary said, "Hold my dick," and tried to just like break the spirit of the Titans. And he almost won that game in overtime for us with that touchdown run that was called back because holding.
Fucking goddamn lineman,
dude! I know. Singletary could have probably broke 1,000 that year, but whatever.
It's fine.
I think we'll be a little bit better on average against the run game, but I think we're still going to have quite a few of those games where JT or somebody of that caliber finds a way of eating our lunch in the running game.
Do you think we have a top 10 defense? I mean, that's probably pretty big, but
well, I mean, we weren't too far off last year. We weren't necessarily great against the pass. At the end of the season, the running game kind of killed us, but I'm not surprised by a top 10. That would make a little bit of sense, especially if the hype around Kamari Lassiter at camp is real. Because Kamari Lassiter's been shutting everybody down and proving why his nickname was the Locksmith. 40 time be damned. All right.
I've been seeing some of those OTA videos, and he's locking Stephon down.
Yeah. He's treating Stephon like he's
kind of scary if you think about it. Because if a rookie can lock down Stephon Diggs, then at this point, so can a veteran corner.
Yeah.
Like when we played Ramsey or anybody of that caliber, they're going to lock him down if a rookie is doing it. Now, he's a very good
benefit is this. Stephon Diggs, even if he is not the same guy he used to be, let's just assume he's dropped off and he's lost a step or two. Even if he's not the same, it's going to take a while for people to notice that.
Yeah.
So he's still going to be a decoy. And if he can play most of the games and take a little bit of heat off of Nico and Dell, and then Dalton Schultz to a lesser extent, then this passing game is going to open up like a hooker's legs. Like
it's going to part like the Red Sea.
Yeah. It's literally going to be a whole other thing. But the running game is where they're saying they're focusing. So maybe it won't be that big of a deal. Apparently their role for Stephon Diggs isn't to be anything other than the emergency, oh shit, we need a first down real quick. Let's go to Stephon.
Yeah.
They want him to be. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But in reality, I think that role is going to be Tank Dell's role.
Yeah. You think
because he's just a little shiftier?
You think our wide receiver one is going to be? I know we talked about this, but like as OTAs are coming and are going, from what we've seen, who do you think is going to be our number one guy?
Nico.
Nico.
I think Nico is number one, and then Diggs is two. Dell is three. By the end of the season, I could see Diggs being three.
That's if Tank can stay healthy.
And that's assuming a lot of things. Yes. I mean, again, we only had like 5 games out of Nico and Dell together, so that's another reason why Diggs is here, to be a stopgap if one or both is not available. Yeah. So, I honestly think we probably have the best top 4 wide receivers in the league, and a lot of people would say that the Titans do. DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley, Tyler Boyd, and then Treylon Burks. But I would argue that Noah Brown or John Mechie even have a higher ceiling than Treylon Burks does at this moment.
Yeah, I agree.
Treylon Burks is a first-round draft pick. I think that's why they're kind of giving it to him. But Noah Brown had really good stretches last season. Mm-hmm. He had back-to-back weeks of over 140 yards, I think, 130. Yeah, I mean, he annihilated the Bucs. And then the next week had a great game against, or the week prior had a game against the Browns, or the Bengals. Yeah. So we have weapons up and down the field now. It's just a matter of getting blocking and CJ not buying his own damn hype.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. Come the preseason and consistent practices, he's not going to have time to buy his hype.
Yeah. So, and hopefully not. I don't need that. I need him to just be a normal man. Just be a humble man.
Just be a normal man.
Just be a normal man. Normal man. With that being said, I think we're at a good spot to wrap this one up. So, do you have any closing comments, Ron?
Y'all go check out the Instagram. Trying to blow that up. Just give it a share, give it a follow, hit a few likes on the videos. Let's try to blow it up.
What is you ever watch Trailer Park Boys?
Where's this going?
I just noticed you kind of look like that one guy from Trailer Park Boys.
I swear to God, if you say Bubbles.
No, you don't look like Bubbles. You look like the fucking guy with the curly hair. He kind of looks like a fat Elvis.
Yeah, the alcoholic.
Yeah, the alcoholic. That one. What's his name?
I don't know. Let's find out.
That's who you look like. But anyways, folks, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe button. Go check out the Instagram. Check us out on Twitter. And most of all, be good people. Go Texans.